Hello. So now we're into the standing strengthening section. Going to start off with probably the most difficult move to start with. I call it a star lunge. I'm not sure if that's a technical term or if that's a Michaelaism, but we'll go with it. So what you're going to do, if I step back here so you can see what I'm doing. For argument's sake, we're going to call, to start with, your right leg, your working leg. So you're going to step forward into a lunge, back up again. You're then going to use that right leg again, step out to a lunge, back in again. Then you're going to step back to a lunge, step back in again, and then you're going to do a curtsy squat or a curtsy lunge, like this, back in again. So lunges are quite taxing on your knees, so if it's just a little step, I'm happy. It's more emphasis is on shifting your weight, so you both do the strengthening your legs and some balance work. Now the curtsy lunge is quite advanced, so if that's too much for you, just back together. It's all down to you. So like I say, you can do little pulses, just making sure you're shifting your weight onto that working leg, or do full lunges. It's all down to you, and it might be that one day you do the full lunge, one day you do the little pulses. And like I say, that curtsy lunge is quite difficult, so if that twisting motion doesn't feel quite nice on your hips or pelvis, don't do it, just go straight back and start the star again. So we're going to do 8 reps on each leg. We'll do it all together. Like I say, I'll be doing the more challenging version, and I'll try and keep a steady pace, but if my pace is too quick, slow it down to your pace. There's absolutely no rush. You can always pause me. It's a bit of a scary thought to be on your TV, but you can pause me on your TV, so then you can do it at your own time. Anyway, you should have your own music going anyway. So let's get started. We're going to do 8 reps. Start with that right leg, going forwards and back to the side and back, and then curtsy, and all again. So still on that right leg moving. It's 3 done. 4 done, halfway. Remember, at your pace and your depth, even if it's just little pulses. Two more. One more. If I miscounted, don't tell me. Be heartbroken. Good. Now all on the left leg. Give your legs a bit of a shake. Now all again. So you're going to step forward on that left leg, lunge or pulse, back in, to the side, back in, back in, curtsy, back in, forward, back in, side, back in, back in, curtsy. It's worth mentioning, going forwards, make sure knees are both over toes, back in, to side, knee over toe, back in, knee over toe, back in, cross over, back in. It's 2, I think. Let you just count this point. One more. I hope you're counting. Good. Lovely. Next thing we're going to do is squat. So you guys know squats, we do them quite often. Now, you don't have to do the full squat all the way down because I appreciate that's quite taxing. You can just do a demi squat, a little one. But what I don't want is your knees just coming forward. That is not a squat. That's not a squat. So even if you're only going a little way, hips backwards. So then you're going to stick your bum out to sit down on a chair and back up. So like I say, it doesn't have to be a huge movement. If you want, just to make yourself feel a bit better, you can have a chair behind you, but don't sit down on that chair. So hover, back up. If you can do a full squat, do a full squat. We're going to be doing 8 reps of these. So, like I say, I'll be doing a full squat. But you guys either do a demi squat, full squat, your own pace, your own time. All right, off we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Lovely. Now, last bit of our standing strengthening is a roll down. So this is more emphasis on the mobility in your spine. I'm facing this way so you can see what I'm going to be doing. Your feet are about hip width distance apart. Knees slightly relaxed just so you're not pulling too much on your hamstring. You're going to roll all the way down to the floor. Now, I know lots of you might be laughing at that. If you can't reach the floor, that's fine, to your own level. So I'll show you the full one. So knees slightly relaxed, your head first, head down to your chest, roll all the way down, bone by bone, until you're hanging. And now come back up, similarly, bone by bone, zip those tummy muscles in. On your head should be the last thing. Now, if this makes you feel a bit dizzy or a bit uneasy, you can have a table in front of you. So imagine the table's here. Still put your head down first to curve, and then go along the table and back up again. You can either put a rolling pin underneath to help roll your arms, or just reach. It's up to you. Equally, if you can't go all the way down to the floor, don't worry. So even if you just get down to about here and back up again, I'm happy. It's more about the curving of your spine rather than going down like an ironing board. Okay, so it's more about the bone by bone movement down and back up rather than stiff back. Okay, so we're going to do 8 of those. Like I say, either onto a table, down to the floor, just down to knees, however's comfortable for you. This is good for tummy muscles, back muscles, but also back mobility, because we don't want to get too stiff, especially about our hydro. Hey, so I'll stop talking. Off we go. We're going to go down. Make sure those knees are relaxed so you don't pull on your hamstrings. Down and back up. Now remember, this is in your own time, your own pace. It's 1. 2.
Ice cream and the angel hair, that's all gone.
3.
Okay. I mean, you know anyone helping us opening at the moment?
4.
It might be worth getting in touch with someone like Leon or somewhere where they're doing the meals for the NHS. This is often at a couple of prices, so this will be one and we'll bring it over.
5. Make sure it's bone by bone by bone. 6. 7. Last one. Make it count. Really eke on the way back up. Use those tummy muscles, curve that spine. Make sure your head is hanging heavy, and it's the last thing to come up. So shoulders and head. Good. So that's your standing strengthening section done. Now we're going to be moving on to the floor, which is my towel, my clean towel. If you yeah, nice clean towel. Yeah, so click on to the next video for all the seated or like floor strengthening work.